Super Idol de Charo, domain needed 10 by each hungry.
Dragon's Dogma, why haven't I made this video? It's been a couple months, so I'm behind. Yeah, I wanna quickly make this video, why I think Dragon's Dogma is mid. It's pretty mid. It is the definition of mid, okay? You know, it reminds me, I still haven't made that Shadow and Bone review. I should have made that last year. Oh my gosh. Alright, anyways. we're going back to like reviews and shit. Just like pure reviews and then like in this format. So I think Dragon's Dogma is a fucking 6 out of 10. Yeah. It's not dog shit, but it's a 6 out of 10 type of game. And here's why. I will say what I like about the game first. I like the combat. I like the environment. Combat with the mystic spear hand. I like that shit. Also like every other fucking combat shit. The mage shit. What was the other shit? The sorcerer shit. I like the mage class, but because it was like split up, you know, like sorcerer and mage, you know, I wanted to do healing, I gotta go fucking mage. If I want to do more damage and shit, go sorcerer. But nah, sorcerer and shit, I mean, you gotta aim that shit too, but because of that, I kind of didn't play it too much. I think I played more mage. But once I got Mystic Spearhand, I just full stop, fuck everything else. Fuck everything else. Don't need anything else. But all the combat for all the classes and shit is pretty fucking cool. That smoking shit with the smoke, I didn't really touch that. Because they said you can't fight anybody. Like, why the fuck would I go a class and I can't kill niggas? What the fuck? What's the point? Well, how? Why? Okay, whatever. I know it's an illusion type class, but it's fucking stupid. Anyways, so, no, but I love the combat for all the classes. It's fine. And the environment is, like, pretty fucking unique, especially with the, like, it's more realistic, right? I don't think I've ever seen, like, a game that realistic in terms of, like the environment, like the grass and shit, and, like, just being out in the fucking forest. I can't see shit on the ground, and the fucking, goblin or troll, whatever the fuck their names are, I forgot, comes out of nowhere, but... yeah, so I mean I like that too. Still's unique in that sense. I enjoyed the game for the first, you know, I would say like 20 hours or so. And then after that, yeah. So let's talk about it. Let's get to it. I made a list here too, and I'm not editing this fucking video. It's just gonna be whatever the fuck it is. You know, I'm too lazy for that shit. I got a full-time job, also got a part-time job, and I also technically got another part-time job, which is, you know, yeah. So yeah, I'm doing a bunch of shit. I don't got time. Pacing. So like I said, first 20 hours, it was pretty cool. Yeah. Just like with Valhalla, I enjoyed like the first 30 hours on the dot. Then after that, it just took like a slight, like not as bad as Dragon's Dogma 2, you know, that I played. I didn't play the first one, by the way. So just keep that in mind. But Valhalla, it just like kind of slid as the story gone on. And, you know, the story went on for another like 40 fucking hours. I finished that bitch at like 76 hours. Holy fuck. Anyways, that's another fucking video I should have already made like a year or two ago. But this game, it kind of nosedived. Like, it wasn't even like Valhalla, you know. It like completely, holy fuck. As soon as I was like in Batal and I saw all this shit, you know, when you first get in there, you see like the whole area somewhat. I'm just like, ooh, you know, I was a little excited and shit, you know, and I was just going through like killing motherfuckers, exploring a little bit. And then I was just like, all right, well, I'm a little tired of this shit, you know, because I was just looking for new weapons and shit. So I was trying to get to the capital city, and I keep getting ambushed by fucking enemies and shit. This reminded me of Dragon Age 2, which I do need to do a full run of Dragon Age again. I'm still on my Origins third playthrough or second playthrough, but anyways, that's gonna be fun. Ooh, I love Dragon Age. Ooh. Skeptical about Velgard, but we'll see. Anyways, I keep getting off track. This is why I didn't want to fucking do this shit. But anyways, yeah. So I thank God the little trolley shit was in Batal, because oh my gosh, bro. Holy hell. I just got so tired of just like fighting motherfuckers every 5 seconds, you know. Like, the Explorer was fun, but I just got kind of bored, you know. I just wanted to continue the story, right? And newsflash, the story is mid. The story is mid. I mean, like, once you get towards the end, and it's just like an end of the game in that aspect, it's just like, this is kind of, I mean, that's it, type of shit. Like, the game kind of, like, abruptly ends, and I heard this is, like, depends on your playthrough and shit, right? But either way, it just comes to like a full stop, low key. Cause I wanted to do the magical archer class, and but they were like, "Oh, but you gotta stop this big motherfucker trying to destroy," that type shit. I'm like, "Oh shit, I gotta go down there." But I was wondering, there was like another waypoint town towards the end, but I'm just like, why is that there when the end of the game is like right here? Like we big battling like the final like motherfuckers, and shit. So I just finished the game. I didn't know it was gonna end that quick. Like I didn't know that playthrough, for that day. I didn't know I was gonna finish it that day, I actually wanted it to last a little bit longer, get like at least get a bit better, but it didn't, And the only thing I was looking forward to is playing the magical archer shit. I didn't do. I mean, I don't even think I'll go back to do it because I pretty much the game kind of fell off for me. I'm not gonna lie. It fell off. The story was mid. The pacing, it just ended abruptly for me. I'm not sure. There's like a aftermath type shit. I don't know. I think when you like choose another, I don't know. There's something with the fucking dragon and shit. I think I saw some clips of it. But either way, I mean, at that point, I was just fucking tired of the game because the story. I mean, like. And for the entire game, the story was pretty fucking mid. I mean, they were saying it's the same thing as Dragon's Dogma 1, so I was just like, oh, fuck, I don't even think I want to go back to Dragon's Dogma 1, because people are just saying it's the same thing, just fucking upgraded graphics and shit, so, yeah, like, I knew it was low-key. I was just hearing shit about the game before I played it. I knew it was gonna be, like, just something basic, like, oh, you're the chosen one, oh, but they stole your throne, so you gotta get back. I was like, okay, it's not too bad. I mean, it's just a regular trope, it might be a bit boring, but, if they do it right, it could be good, it doesn't have to be, like, amazing fucking storytelling, like fucking BioWare, or, like, maybe, like, Baldur's Gate 3 type shit. Even though that kind of fell off in Act 3 a little bit. It was still good, like, above average. It just wasn't BioWare. I'm glazing BioWare too much. Let me stop. But anyways, yeah, ew. Yeah, I just, the story was mid, and then the pacing just abruptly, so that was just, like, the big fucking kicker, those two kickers. Mind you, it's different for there's two, I think, like, 3 ways you can end the game with the fucking dragon. So people are saying it doesn't abruptly end, there's, like, an after, but it still ends pretty damn quickly. I didn't like that. I think for every playthrough, I don't know, I didn't like that. Anyways, so that's that. Pacing too fast, story mid. Well, what else we got? I made like a fucking list. Where the list? Oh, where the list? I don't want to edit this fucking video. Where the fuck did it go? Okay, there it is. Fast travel. Well, I know what I'm talking about. I just want to, like, be on point, Fast travel. Jesus Christ. Listen. They low-key made it that way. I think it was the same in the last game. They said, like, the ox carts and then, like, the fucking ripstones. But I think they made it worse from what I heard. I'm not sure. But ox cart was also in the last game. But in this game, you got, like, I don't know how many fucking port crystals you can have. But not that many, man. Not that many. So you gotta, like, plan that shit right, Place them in the right areas. Because you're gonna do a lot of walking around. You're gonna do a lot, and that's partially why I kind of got bored of the game. A lot of walking around, it's fun with the combat. I really enjoyed the fucking combat. That really, like, kept my score of the game at like a 6 or 6.5, no higher than a 7. I don't even think I'll give it a 7, but, like, I understand that people give it like an 8 at most. If you go higher than that, what the fuck is wrong with you? And anyways, I'm gonna play it, but I don't think it's higher than an 8, just in general, and for the type of game it is. But yeah, like, I liked exploring and shit, just fighting motherfuckers, but it got too much. And you can tell with the fucking port, you gotta pay for the fucking, like, you know, the crystals and shit, the warp crystals, mind you. So, and that's like the quickest way to just like fast travel between like places. So you better save them shits. I saved them for sure, bro. Like I was just like, if I can get some quests all out the way, like some fetch quests while I'm going to like this main quest area, and I can just walk there, you know, might as well just do that instead of like using a fast travel. So that's how I was doing it and shit, you know. But it becomes a hassle, especially because I think you only get like 5 or 6 port crystals for like the entire map. So it's not a lot. But yeah, it gets fucking boring. The ox carts were a little bit more useful. I like how they're like trying to do a realism to the game, you know, not trying to do too much fast travel and shit, and also with the ox cart getting fucking destroyed, like, you know, every other time you try to do it. It's like a big thunder, bro. I don't know if that got picked up, but that was loud as shit. It's not even raining, but anyways, it's dark as shit. It's like 10 p.m. Anyways, yeah. I like the realism they try to do, but and you can tell they're being like, they really wanted to capitalize off of that shit because they made that shit like, fuck it, you know, hey, I mean, if you run out, you could just pay like $2 for it, you know, it's right here, you know, if you want to, we're not forcing you. And yes, that was a big debate, like when the game came out. They're like, oh no, the microtransactions or my single player game, no. You couldn't really tell that if you like didn't look at the Steam store, like the stores, you know, because a lot of people, or some people, didn't know about it. Streamers didn't know about it. They didn't tell the streamers about it, by the way. And people got mad at the streamers for not like saying that, hey, by the way, there's microtransactions for this fucking single player game, which is not a multiplayer game, which is kind of insane. But anyways, so yeah, I mean they're trying to keep it like the first game, a little bit of realism, but also a little bit of greediness, how they're like charging people for that shit. So, you know, either way, it hurt the fucking, at least my experience, you know, it's kind of annoying. But I did navigate it a bit well with the doing fetch quests on the way and getting more level ups and shit, so it's still fucking annoying. Alright, next we have, what's it called? Fucking, with the combat and shit, I like the combat, but the thing is the enemies. The enemies are pretty, samey. Yeah, it's over and over. I remember Asmongold. I was watching the Asmongold video. He tried to fucking he tried to protect Dragon's Dogma. Like he was like, oh, the salamanders are a little bit different. You know, you got the fire one, but then you got the ice one, but you got the rock one. So they're different, but you know. Or was it the dude he was reacting to? I think it was the dude he was reacting to. But either way, I mean, like the freaking enemies in the game are very samey. It's the same motherfuckers. You got a troll motherfucker. You got a bear motherfucker. Or like, I don't know, like Bigfoot motherfucker. Whatever the fuck he is. Fucking ape or some shit. You got the fucking griffin. You got the goblins. You got the salamanders. That's about it. Oh, you got the fucking rock golems and shit too. I mean, but either way, I mean, like, those big enemies that are just like out in the forest, like those trolls and like those gorilla niggas or bear niggas, whatever the fuck, that are on like 2 feet, they're pretty much the same thing. Like the combat and shit is the same thing. There's no different techniques or anything. It's just like the same thing. They just put like a fucking skin on them, like a fucking Fortnite skin. Like it's the same thing. It is fucking, you know, they change the skin color or some shit, put more fur on them, you know. But yeah, there's really like no big variety with the enemies. You're fighting the same motherfuckers over and over again. Salamanders, holy fucking shit. I mean, there's like 5 types of them, but it's pretty much the same thing. There's like poison ones, you got the regular ones, you got the rock ones. Is there like fire ones? I don't know, but yeah, same thing, whatever. And then you got some like slimes or some shit, but you don't really see them. But either way, enemies are pretty much like reskinned, low-key. It got really fucking boring. After the first griffin, I'm just like, alright, bro. But yeah, it's just like the enemies is not really a big variety. So there is that. So that's that. That's some annoying things, or one of the annoying things out of like a couple hundred other annoying things. We got fetch quests. again, I did talk about it earlier. The fetch quests. I mean, like, I didn't have a huge problem with it because I enjoyed the combat of the game and like just like exploring shit. And then this was also like, you know, before I got super tired of the fucking like the fetch quests and like going all over the place, like exploring. And so I was still like involved in terms of like the main story. So I was still a little bit enjoying it. Like I didn't hate it, right? Like it was fine because I like using like I like going into combat pretty much. That was the main kicker. And then I was also a little invested in the story before, you know, I got fucking bored of everything because the story's mid and shit. So yeah, but the fetch quests, yeah, it got tiring after a little bit. Obviously, you know, yeah, you keep going back and forth to places, the fucking using your fucking crystals and shit. And I was just tired of it. I'm just like, alright, bro, I'm tired of this shit. I went to Bethal. I got on that fucking ferry shit. I was done, bro. I was tired of that shit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro. I literally love everything up to Bethal. Am I saying it right? I think I am. I don't know, but yeah. Microtransactions, we already pretty much talked about it. I mean, like, they weren't really crazy expensive. It's just like the fact that they're in a single player game is actually like fucking insane, you know, especially because then you gotta it's pretty damn obvious they're like getting really greedy, right? Like they make them like really what's it called, not cost too much on purpose, because then you'll keep buying more and more, especially because you're gonna need more and more, or like you're very enticed to buy more and more because you do so much fucking walking in the game, bro. Actually insane. And then the romance. Why they got me with this little ass fucking white girl? What the fuck, bro? Oh my gosh. I like do some of her quests, and then suddenly we're just having sex, or we're just having sex. I don't know why. I don't know how. We just started having sex. Just like, oh, you want to come to my house? And I'm just like, I mean, I'm good, but you know, I did it for the quest. I didn't know it was gonna go like that. I'm like, oh, okay, sure, why not? But I hope we just, you know, played some video games and didn't do anything else. But I mean, that's up to interpretation, maybe. No, wait, no, I think we kissed. Fuck, hell if I know. But yeah, I just unintentional romance. There are like other romances in the game. Like, well, no, there's only two main ones. It's her, and then like the girl in the castle. I forgot their fucking answer. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And then after that, it's pretty much nobody else. Oh, there's no female options. Like, so if you're a female, you just gotta be fucking gay. Yeah, I just gotta be gay in the game technically. But you could like romance the NPCs, quote unquote romance. It's not really romance. You just like, I think like you like talk to them, like you give them gifts or some shit. I don't fucking know. But then they give you gifts and stuff. I don't know if they like follow you around. I don't think they do. I don't know. But it's not really like a romance. Like it's just like, hey, you know, you just fucking kiss them and then you just leave the area. That's how it is pretty much for the NPCs. But anyways, that's it. I think I went through everything. Holy shit, we did this under 20 minutes. Wow. Wow. Either way, I mean, that's just like somewhat qualms with the game. Trying to think if there's like anything else, but I mean, those are just like the main things, you know, just the pacing, just dropping, I mean, not dropping, but just like being really, really fast in the end. I didn't even know the game was gonna fucking end right there, but it did. I actually didn't want it to end. I wanted at least like a couple more hours, low key, because I wanted magic archer, bro. I wanted the archer, bro. I mean, I could have got it if I went back to that like little checkpoint town or whatever the fuck it is, but I mean, shit. That was just that. I was too bored with the game because the story was mid. It was mid. It was the same thing from the first one, just like everyone else said. Made worse by the pacing. Made worse by the pacing. Everything else in the game, it was. Combat was 10 out of 10, you know. I mean, like that was amazing, especially like with the environment like fucking changing and shit, like the fucking trolls, like you know, if there's like the bridge is gone and you're like fighting a troll and they like fall over the bridge or some shit, yeah, that's pretty fucking cool. Shit like that is cool. And then like comboing with your pawns and shit. Oh, I do like the pawns. Ooh, what do I gotta say about the pawns? Oh no, well they're kind of fucking annoying. They keep saying the same 5 voice lines. It's actually fucking like, oh my gosh, I couldn't fucking take it, bro. I wish there was like I think there is a mute button for the pawns. I'm not sure, but I didn't mute them. I couldn't find a mute button if there is one. But yeah, so there is that. They're so fucking annoying. Some of them are like, you know, like got some attitudes or some shit. I probably should have killed them. Probably should have killed them. I don't know if I can. Can you kill pawns? I think you can. Yeah. Like throw them off like fucking cliffs and shit. I do like that too. I also like the fucking you can throw pawns and shit. Like there's a little bit of flexibility in the game, and I really like that. Really like that. Oh, the sneaking in the game. Holy shit! I just walked through that castle. Ain't nobody tell me shit. Ain't nobody tell me shit. The only time where it really mattered was just like you're helping out that Oscar kid. I think his name's Oscar. Whatever, a little scrawny kid, you know, in a castle, like son of the queen, whatever the fuck. Yeah, but like once you go out that door and he's like talking to some dude, I mean, obviously you don't do that. You just go out the fucking window, right? They made things in that game a little bit too obvious because like I don't know if they did it for that part, but like they would just show him like outside the door, and then they would just show a scene of like the fucking window to go out. And it's like, where should I go? And then they got the fucking window just glowing right there in the corner. Where should I go? They really think you're stupidish. But anyways, yeah, so that's also kind of like that. I don't really like that in games. It's kind of annoying. I was talking about that in Dragon Age 2. Not Dragon Age 2, but like Dragon Age Veilguard in like one of my videos. That's a whole other fucking topic, but yeah. Oh my gosh, that was fucking annoying. But yeah, the sneaking, I mean, there's no sneaking at all. You don't need to sneak in the game. You don't even, like, bro, just walk in that fucking castle. It's just like Valhalla, like the newer games in Assassin's Creed. I mean, shit. You don't gotta sneak for shit. Just run through that bitch, honestly. Yeah. So, yeah, that's another qualms with the game that I have, you know. Everything is, like, pretty fucking easy, low-key. Like, in terms of, like you know, sneaking and shit, and just like completing quests, like just going into places and stuff. There's no point, you know. At least with Skyrim, I think Skyrim had it better, you know. I mean, like, I think for like one quest you had to put on a mask or some shit, but like either way, you know, yeah. We interrupt your program with Nana. So I actually like recorded that shit like 2 months ago. I'm just now posting it like today. So when I post it today, this is like when I'm, yeah. But anyways, I'm missing like a couple things I wanted to add in there. I knew even back then I had like some things I wanted to talk about, but you know, yeah. Anyways, I gotta take all that shit off my fridge. Those are just literally like empty boxes. But anyways, I want to talk about the so I did like the combat, but there's only 4 abilities. There's only 4 the combat, like all those abilities and shit, they're like really, really good. Like I really like them, especially for the was it the Mystic Spear or whatever the fuck I forgot what it was called, but I mean, yeah, for that class, like it's like, oh my gosh, like this is a really good spell. Like, you know, even if I don't know, there's like this big spell you can like just throw, like they're in the air, like they're gone, and that shit, you don't get XP from it. It was really, really good. And I wanted to use that spell, but I'm just like, wait, but I need this other spell to like survive. So if I like get rid of that surviving spell that is kind of critical to my class, and get this other fuck ass spell, I mean, so it's just like, it's kind of the same thing Diablo 4 has. But even with Diablo 4, I think you had like 5 abilities instead of like 4. Like, holy shit. So, I mean, Diablo. There you go, Diablo. You got something over at least one game. But, yeah, just 4 abilities for all the cool abilities that you get. This is insane. Like, what the fuck? So, that was pretty fucking stupid. And you also got those abilities pretty quick, which is kind of fine because, you know, there's, like, I think 10 classes or something that you get over time. It's like, okay, but I got them, like, pretty damn quickly. I'm just like, but you know, the game in general, I mean, maybe it's because the game should really be shorter, and that's another thing I wanted to talk about. The game is like, I mean, I talk about the fast travel and stuff, but I don't know if I mentioned this, I probably did, but the game really should be like 20 hours or less, you know, if you didn't have to go through all these enemies and stuff. You know, that's why they didn't make like it's too many port crystals for you to use, or teleport whatever the fuck stones, you know. That's literally why, because the game would be way shorter than what it is. I finished the game in like 36 to 38 hours. I could have finished it way sooner. I could have finished it way sooner if I knew that was, especially if I knew if that was going to be the end. I was like, oh, okay. Because it came on suddenly. But yeah, so I mean, just the game, it should have been like, it should have been way longer. It should have been, not way longer, but just like, you know, I was thinking like, okay, you know, I got some time left in my last playthrough of it. But yeah, I also heard that once you get to the ending part, you know, the last couple hours, you can't save it. I don't know, once you try and stop that little stone man, you can't save the game or something. I'm not sure. I don't know, because I just played straight through because it just ended that quickly, you know, so I have no clue. So that's that. Like, the 4 abilities shit just pisses me off. Like, it's a peeve. Like, I like the combat, I like the abilities, right? But just 4 is actually insane. Another thing is, I'm trying to figure out, was that the pawns don't really help you out. They don't do shit. I'm not gonna lie, they don't do shit. You know, I want them to do one thing and they're just doing another, or they're just like, you know, they're not really doing shit. They're not using their most powerful attacks or anything. They're pretty useless. Pretty useless, you know. And you were just like, oh man, you know, they're doing more than, you know, companions from like Dragon Age or something, you know. But I was like, not really. Not really. They're not really like superly helpful. I mean, like, in terms of healing, shit, I don't remember. It's been a good second, you know. But healing, I know like they'd spam some stupid abilities. Like, I know my warrior, was it pawn, like, went on his knees a lot. No homo. But he went on his knees a lot trying to launch me up in the air because he had that ability. I'm just like, oh god, I need to like switch that shit out, you know, because he kept doing it over and over again once the battle started. And like, once he's right in the middle of a monster and, you know, I'm already on top of the guy, he goes on his knees again. I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, I'll be looking for bro and be like, I haven't seen him in a couple minutes, and he's just on the ground just kneeing. Like, he's trying to propose to me. What the fuck? So, I mean, there's that. I mean, like, that's fucking annoying. But yeah, I mean, so that's all I wanted to add it in. Ha ha ha. So, I mean, that's it. I mean, that's all I can think of right now in terms of, you know, like, the things that I liked and the things that I hated. And, it all comes down to a 6 out of 10. A 6 out of 10, with the combat being the very big, you know, keeping the game up so much, like, in terms of score, you know. Everything else would be, like, you know, like 5 out of 10, but the combat for me, it makes the game for me like a 6.5 or like a 6 out of 10, you know. So that's that. Is it an overhyped game? I wouldn't say that. I would say the combat's really good, and I think if you don't really play a lot of video games and you play that, it's probably gonna be like a good, you know, maybe like 8 out of 10 game for you, you know, in terms of that. But like, if you play a lot of games and shit, and you know, and you just see like what's coming, like you can already tell, you know. That's why I dropped, you know, like a couple games like Helldivers 2. I'm just like, it's gonna be one of those games, you know. So yeah, in terms of that. But I think they could have done better, at least, you know. If the story wasn't like that mid, I'm not gonna say dog shit, I'm trying to hold myself back. It's not dog shit, it's just mid, you know. It's just normal, right? The ending was pretty interesting. I saw some clips about that, of either way, like, you know, different endings. It's very interesting type of lore. That's probably the only interesting shit. Actually, it is the only interesting shit in terms of the story. So there's that. There's also the thing where the pawns can like get sick and then like kill. Oh, I forgot to talk about this. And pawns, I'm just thinking of stuff on the spot, but this is also like really good. The pawns can like just fucking, you know, obliterate, I think, like an entire town, because there's like a sickness that comes over pawns. They're like, we pawns, you know, we might get sick and tired of our leader, our arisen, you know, and just fucking murk everybody in the fucking town. Like, holy shit. But then you can also, like, I think, revive everybody in the town. You just gotta like put them in the morgue or some shit and like do like a revive spell, you know, because you can collect like little revive stones and shit. That's a lot of revives. So I would just say revive like the most important people. But I think after a while, what I heard is that they respawn back in the game, so that's cool. Yeah. But also, I did want to talk about the just figuring stuff on the spot, trying to like remember everything. But if you go in like the towns and shit, you know, there can be like a random dragon or some motherfucker just coming down trying to fucking fight you, or just destroy the fucking town. You know, everybody in the town got up in arms and shit trying to fight that motherfucker. That's pretty fucking cool. I like that. There's also like that big, you know, the dragon motherfucker, the big red dragon, the main one that just randomly tries to fight you. Yeah, don't fight him. Yeah, don't fight him. I think in the beginning, I kind of knew what it was gonna be. Like, I play games, bro. Like, I know what happens. You know, I'm pretty sure. Like, you know, me being like level 10 and bro having like 5 million fucking health. I'm pretty sure they want me to just like maybe test him out and then just run away, or just run away in general. That's what I fucking did. But yeah, some people don't know that. But yeah, it is like it's a good way of like testing your level and like how far you've come. So I like that. That's pretty cool. But some people don't know that. Some people were complaining about that, bro. Like, come on now. Come on now. But anyways, that's it. That's my review of Dragon's Dogma 2. It's a 6 out of 10 for me. With the combat being the main thing I pretty much just liked. And also the environment. But that's pretty much it. Everything else, meh. Meh. So yeah, that's it. I'm trying to figure if there's something else that I'm trying to, you know, yeah. Motherfucker, yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah. Quests were mid, story mid, pacing too fast, microtransactions, holy fucking shit, greedy. Walk, you know, same old enemies, but combat, very, very good. There we go.
Shot at a black man and took his shoes. Customized my AR like a Black Ops 2. Just scammed a white kid out of some Gorilla Glue. I don't wanna fuck this bitch, she smell like poo-poo.